other thing we are not short of here are sloes. So I'm going to pick some of those before I go home and get a bottle of gin. And next year it'll be a nice warming little toddy sloe gin to enjoy. Hello and welcome to Brimwood Farm. It's a beautiful summer's day and we're up at the land. We're trying to put as much effort and time as we can into the land at the moment because of course next year we are trying to move up here, so we've got lots of projects to get on the way. The other important thing is it's nice to be here as much as possible just to see how the sun moves and what the local climate is about, because you don't want to move here with all these grand plans to put in, say, a market farm garden in one area on the land, and then you put it in and you realise it's completely the wrong place. It's also nice to come up here and just relax and refresh and get creative about all the dreams and the things we want to do. So we're going to be working on a couple of projects and we're going to be relaxing and we're going to catch up on what's happening at the farm. So one of the major projects we have started today is the ornamental pheasantry. So those of you that watch the channel regularly know that we've got a couple of reeves and we've just hatched out those reeves chicks. So we're starting to work on where they're going to live when they're eventually here. It's Sard's kind of baby, so he's taken charge, and it's going to be in this. There's a massive section next to the house. So this is our barn here, and this is the barn from my old granddad's barn that's now a holiday let. So this whole area in here is going to be a falconry centre where Sard runs his small falconry business from. Our ornamental pheasantry will be in here, and Sard also wants to do some work with vultures, conservation work. So we're keeping plenty of room, so in the future we can expand into that sort of thing. So he started to cut out some of the blackthorn that's in here just so we can get inside. So let's have a little wander in. Once you're in, it opens out a lot more. How's it going? You've done quite a lot already. So the area is mostly filled with scrappy little overgrown blackthorn shrubs that have been left too long, and I mean, I wouldn't really call this a tree, it's more of a scrappy shrub, as I just said. So things like that will eventually be coming out. The main trees that we'll be keeping are these big ones. There's a couple of lovely ashes that we'll be keeping in. There's another one here that we'll be keeping. But all of these scrappy little overgrown shrubs, all this nettle and this undergrowth is all going to come out. It's probably not the best time of year to be cutting trees out. We are in late summer now, so we're almost past nesting time, but we're being very aware that there could be nests, and if we're seeing any nests, obviously we're not going anywhere near those sites. But we'll do most of the cutting later on in the year once the nesting season has passed. I think we can start cutting properly from September, October time. But it's nice to get in here and have a look at how it is all coming together. I think there's all of that dead tree as well. There's all of that dead tree. So all of that is already dead. We just need to clear it. We've been clearing nettles as well. This whole tree, you can see, totally dead and on the ground. So just clearing that out. And actually, when we came through here, most of this space was actually just cluttered with dead stuff. Dead trees, dead trunks, twigs. So just taking out all the dead stuff has opened up the canopy no end, and you can see there's the sun up there, so it already looks a lot better. So right down behind me will be where the falcons are, and the pheasants will be in this kind of area, and we're looking at 2 pens per species because we want to keep unrelated pairs. So then, for instance, we currently have our 2 reeves pairs. They will need a separate pen, and then on top of that you'll need pens for growers and for young birds that you're selling. And then again, although you'll need 2 pens per species, you may actually need more than 2 pens per species if you're going into the colour variations. So the golden pheasant, for example, you have the pure golden pheasant, but you can also get them in salmon varieties, yellow varieties, and many more. So we're going to clear it out as much as possible. We haven't completely honed down how the coops are going to look, how they're going to be built, but the idea is we want them to be in this wooded area, we want them to be planted, we want to keep as many trees as possible that we can include in paddocks, in enclosures and around enclosures for enrichment and also for the general look of the place. So this is again another project that's going to take a long time, but we just need to start clearing it out so we can see what we've got base wise, and then we can go around and kind of mark out where we want to put things in. We have a lot of foxes and badgers around this area, so we need to make sure that the runs are really protective. So we're probably not going to get away with just putting mesh and wooden frames onto the ground. We're probably going to have to dig them in and put some kind of barrier underneath as well for protection. So again, in a wooded area, we're going to be battling roots and compacted earth and things, because this hasn't been used in decades. And there was a tractor shed here before, right down there, but this section itself I don't think it's been used in decades, maybe 100 years even, for anything other than just wilderness. So we're going to get cracking on, do a little bit of work, sort some stuff out and see how we go. Clearing out the dead stuff can reveal. So not only is this space suddenly seems far emptier and clearer, and we've basically done nothing but clear dead stuff, but we found some funny concrete posts. Now they've been well reclaimed by Mother Nature, who's obviously got moss all over them, but Sad's just going to try and lift one up. That's probably the easiest one. Are they heavy? Yes, they are. And now they're broken. Oh no. Okay, so I guess we need to be careful with them. But they like start off thick at one end and then they get like shallower. Whether there'll be any, can you just hold it like that? Whether there'll be any use for construction means, I don't know. But I quite like the look of them, even if we can just dig them into the ground and use them as like a footpath guide in a garden or something. Really, they're actually really pretty. And obviously double the height than that as well, because obviously that one's broken in half. But there's loads of them down here. I'm just going to grab that in case it falls onto my bow. So it's nice having a little ferret around and seeing what treasures you can find. And of course, because this is my land, they're my treasures. So we can use them for whatever we want. But there's quite a lot of them in here. I don't know what they are. They must be fence posts of some type. But yeah, we will use those in the future. Is that a nice muddy silage puddle? Beautiful. Are you now covered in watery cow poo and wee? Huh? Oh dear. She is not coming home like that. She will need a bath. Come on. Come on, boy. Not towards me. Or the dog, or Sad. Well, we all know what that is. I've got plenty of that at home. And it's over here in the wildflower meadow field. And there are loads of rabbits here at the farm, absolutely tons. But one thing I do need to bear in mind is that they have got myxomatosis. So currently my rabbits at home are not vaccinated. And that's because they're kind of a breeding stock, so I'm working out the cost ratio to how much I'm going to make in terms of breeding and selling their babies, to obviously their upkeep. And the chap that I bought them from has kept rabbits for over 30 years. And he keeps them in hutches and he's never had to vaccinate. But with me, it's not a case of if I vaccinate, it's a case of when. I am definitely going to do it. I need to safeguard them against these horrible diseases. And obviously in the next year or so, we're coming here. So at that point, they will have to be vaccinated. So I'll probably be doing it during this winter to safeguard them ahead of next year. So there's one field on our land that's kind of inaccessible and we haven't really done anything with, and it was the field when we were kids that we never even went to because it was miles away. And I thought, oh well, I could use that as a hay field to start with. Maybe not. That is all ragwort, which would mean for this to be a hay field, we would have to spray the entire field. Really don't want to do that. I can't believe how much ragwort there is. Great for wildlife, not great for using this field for anything hay or pasture related. So I'm going to have to come up with some other ideas for this field because, my goodness, no amount of ragwort pulling parties is going to clear this. So we've had a really good day. We did some work on that pheasantry and started clearing it out, so that's been really successful. But I've also got to go home and think about that haymaking field, because that's not going to be a haymaking field at all, because it's going to just kill anything that eats that hay. So we are going to head on home now. It's been a really productive day. Thank you for watching. If you've liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, come and join us at Brimwood Farm's community group. But for now, we are going to say goodbye.